Hey, today we are going to show you 2 fun crafts that you can do with your kids.
MaryRenee Lemberg is the multitasking mom, and she joins us with some creative ideas. MaryRenee, so nice to be with you again.
So great to be here again. Thank you guys so much for having me back.
Now, these are finger paints, watercolors. Parents use them with their kids, but you can actually make them at home yourself.
You can, absolutely. They don't. You don't always have them on hand, or if you do, they might have gotten old or they're crusted. And it's actually a lot less expensive too to just make them on your own, and you know what's going in them. I have a 20-month-old and I have a 4-year-old. My 20-month-old, everything goes in her mouth. I'd love to introduce her to finger paints, but I can't with the regular ones because I don't know what's in them.
Yes.
What are in the homemade ones are just simple ingredients right from your pantry. You have white vinegar, you have cornstarch, you have baking soda, salt, sugar. You would mix it up on your stove. It'll come, because you're adding the cornstarch, it'll come to a very gel-like state. And as soon as it does that, you pull it off, cool it down, add whatever fun colors you want to, and then put them into resealable containers. They will hold up in your resealable containers for up to 3 to 4 days, and then they will start getting dried out.
Okay, so they don't last that long, but they
don't.
But I have to say too, it's good that they are non-toxic because they look yummy.
They do, I know.
I saw you eyeing it earlier.
It's like
might have thought it was
licorice.
food.
It is, and the colors
Anything
are
that looks
super
like food.
vibrant, really super vibrant.
So as a 20-month-old, I can imagine.
Yeah, and my tip is you can spend a lot of money on the actual finger paint paper, which is like, it's $10 for like 8 sheets or 9 sheets. Yeah, it's expensive. I use white paper plates. They're
There's
just
special
as sturdy.
finger paint paper?
There is special because it will bleed through regular paper.
Oh, so you
And
need...
so I use just white paper plates, and then you're able to actually hang them up, or they stay for a while, and then you can discard them as the kids are moving along to other projects.
But you shouldn't
great
eat
idea.
dinner on them.
No,
Okay.
even though this is totally non-toxic and edible, I
Might not
just
be the
wouldn't
best
eat off
taste.
of
Yeah,
it, Seth. I
I
just
don't blame
wouldn't.
you.
Another
That's really
one that
easy
you
to
can
do.
make at home, which is very simple as well. Just a tip that I have is when I know that it's going to be colder weather or a rainy day coming up, the night before I will whip up homemade watercolors.
Now, how do you do that?
They are cornstarch again,
Cornstarch?
corn syrup,
syrup.
baking soda, and sugar. And it'll come into this really crumbly paste. Divide it into however many colors. I did a little like food chemistry and made orange and green and purple as well. And then I leave it in the mini muffin tin so that you can put your water on the end. So each child gets 1 tin.
That's
Those are
smart.
their paints, and then they can paint as much as they want just by dipping in the water, going into the color, and painting away. So there you go.
And
I was
once
gonna say-
again, there's only one brush. I'll start and then I'll hand it over to you. How's that sound?
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
You know what I love about this project, though? It's 2 crafts in one, because it's a craft in and of itself, making all this.
Exactly.
And then afterwards, you have a craft project.
Right, and once your kids get old enough, as you guys know, I have Annabeth in the kitchen with me all the time. She actually makes the watercolors now, because then you can talk about food chemistry. What happens when you add vinegar with baking soda and the fizzing that occurs?
What does happen?
It
Question.
fizzes,
Okay.
and then it gets almost like if you can imagine opening up like a soda pop and all that fizzing action. It's the same idea. It's the same reason why you would use like baking soda on your teeth, because it gives that fizzing and cleans them. It's the same idea.
Nice.
And then once that happens, you add the cornstarch and your corn syrup, and it turns into a paste. So for her to see that progression and see how it's going is a really neat process for her as well. And then if you really want to, I get into the whole color combinations for her. So you have your basic colors, red, yellow, and blue. Now let's make our secondary colors of purple,
definitely,
orange,
yeah.
and green. And how does that happen? And how can we have the proportions correct in order for that to happen?
This is good too, because in case you do eat this, that's okay. I'm all about eating.
I suppose.
I guess I'll share now.
No, I want to share with everybody else. I think we have a young Picasso on our hands right here, folks. Let's check out this.
I was starting off with the sky. I wasn't done. I had to get
we
to
can
the
add
tree.
them together.
Oh,
the
there we
sun,
go.
there
And
we
now
go.
it's
See,
one.
It goes to the sky.
Oh, there we
above.
go.
There we go.
Okay,
Yes.
see that?
Or flip it over and it's the ocean. I have a lot in mind.
Pretty impressive lady.
Get there.
Pretty impressive
MaryRenee,
lady.
these are great ideas.
Thank you, hon.
Thanks so much for sharing them.
Thank you very
And of
much.
course, we always love to say hi to your 2 little girls.
Absolutely.
They're so
Hello,
beautiful.
my darling.
Hey.
Hi.
And for this segment and so many more, you can always go to mymassappeal.com later today.